In New York, home to some of America's highest paid chief executives, many workers feel shortchanged.
We're not getting our fair share.
Because I work freelance, I've worked for the past 25, 30 years with no raise and no benefits.
CEOs are making huge amounts of money where the people below them, the jump is tremendous.
Starting January 1st, companies must begin stating in their annual reports the ratio of their CEO's pay to all their employees. The rule is part of Wall Street reform legislation signed by President Barack Obama 6 years ago following the financial crisis. Law professor Robert Jackson is a former advisor to President Obama on executive pay.
I think when the employees of Apple open up that proxy statement and get a real sense for the difference between the executive suite and being an employee at Apple, I think they'll be astonished.
The gap between chief executives and employee pay packages has been widening for decades. In 1965, top U.S. CEOs made 20 times more than typical workers in their industry. 30 years later, they earned 123 times more. In 2013, nearly 300 times more. Anger over income inequality sparked protesters to demand an increase in the federal minimum wage. It was also an issue in the recent presidential election. David Weiss advises companies on executive pay. He calls the rule meaningless and says it will cost companies hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to comply.
It ties up a lot of resources, and I think the issue that most people have with it is the fact that it doesn't give shareholders anything meaningful or actionable to impact their vote on, say, on pay.
President-elect Donald Trump is considering repealing the rule, but at the risk of angering many workers who voted for him. CEO compensation has become such a hot-button issue, one city is actually looking to cash in on it. Portland, Oregon is considering a tax on companies whose CEOs make more than 100 times what its average employee makes. Diane, Eastabrook, Al Jazeera, New York.